Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. As a reminder to you guys who are new to my channel, we are a family of 4. I have 2 teenagers. 2 of us are vegan, my daughter and my son and my husband are meat and dairy eaters. So you will see a variety of items in our dinners. So let's get into this week and let me show you what we had for dinner. All right, so first up it was a pasta night, and for my boys I made some spaghetti with some homemade tomato sauce, and then I just topped it with a chicken parmesan patty that had come in it was those lean cuisine meals. I don't know if you saw my recent grocery hauls, but I purchased some lean cuisine meals. Not something we usually purchase, but they just make life a little bit easier once in a while. So I made one of those for each of my boys, being my husband and my son. And like I said, I made extra spaghetti because it's just not enough, those little meals for them, especially for a growing teenager. And then I always have bread on hand in the freezer, so I just made some little some French bread toasts for the side, and that was what they had for dinner. Right, so for my daughter and I have been experimenting with making vegan lasagnas. Lasagna was something I just always loved to eat when I was still eating dairy, so I have been trying to recreate that. I will have a recipe video coming for you guys very soon because, like I said, I am still working on it. But basically, I just took lasagna noodles and I put them in. I actually made us each individual ones, and I put the noodles in there with some sauce, and I made a tofu ricotta, which was so good. Like I said, I'm working on this recipe for you guys and getting it out to you soon. And then I also had some sun-dried tomatoes left in the fridge, so I threw those in there as well. And then I just kept layering it up, and then I cooked it, and it was such a great dinner, and we really enjoyed it. All right, so for tonight's dinner, it was a Mexican night. If you guys are familiar with my What's for Dinner, you know we always have Mexican, usually every single week. I tried to mix it up a little bit this week, and for my boys, I made some chicken enchiladas. I usually make like a homemade enchilada sauce. I don't know if it's exactly the way it should be traditionally, but it is my version, and I topped it with some cheese. I also made a pot of rice. We had some salad greens on the side and some homemade tomato salsa. And I also made some homemade guacamole with some red onion and some tomatoes as well. So like I said, the boys had their enchiladas with all the sides. And then for my daughter and I, we just did some rice bowls. And then we also topped it with a little bit of some boca chicken on the top. And that was our dinners for tonight. So for tonight's dinner, we are doing our spin on some Asian food, as we always like to do. It is another favorite in our house. So I made some roasted broccoli. And then I also had remembered that I had some rice paper wraps in my cabinet, and we are doing a, use up what we have kind of month. So what I did was I made some wraps for our spring rolls for my daughter and I. I did some cucumber and avocado and some tofu. And then for my boys, I heated up some of these chicken spring rolls that were from the lean cuisine meals that we had purchased. So they had those on the side. I also had made some of the leftover rice from the previous night as well. We had some leftover rice. And then this was my final dish. I decided to skip on the rice. I just had the spring rolls with the broccoli, and then I made a dipping sauce of some peanut butter and a little bit of hot sauce and a little bit of water, and I just kind of mix it up, and that was our dinners for tonight. All right, so for tonight we did breakfast for dinner, and for my boys I did a frittata. Basically some, eggs I just scrambled up in the dish. I added some cheddar cheese I had in the freezer. I always have it on hand, and I keep it on the freezer because we don't use a lot of it. I also had some like leftover little bread pieces I threw in there as well, just for a little bit of some carbs for them. And I just baked it up nice and quick and easy and simple, and I gave them a roll on the side as well. And then for my daughter and I made some tofu scramble. I actually have a tofu scramble recipe video that I will link down below for you guys. And I also had, my daughter doesn't like broccoli, but I had some leftover broccoli, a little bit of avocado, and then we also had some of this harmless ham, I believe it's called, from Sweet Earth. I will leave a picture here so you guys can see. And that was our dinner for tonight. All right, so for tonight's dinner, my daughter wanted some gnocchi. We get this gnocchi from the Dollar Tree, and she absolutely loves it. And she requested lots of garlic, and as you can see, there is a lot of garlic in it. I usually just saute the garlic up first, a little bit of salt and pepper. While I am boiling up the gnocchi, then I add it to the garlic and the oil, and that was her dinner for tonight. I really wasn't feeling the carbs. I made myself a big salad, which I totally forgot to show you guys, and my boys had some leftover spaghetti from the previous night, and that was our dinners for tonight. All right, guys, so that was it. Another week of What's for Dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what we had this week. Leave me your comments down below. I want to hear what you guys had for dinner this past week. I love hearing from you guys, or if you just want to say hello. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that red button down below and subscribe. Join my YouTube family. And don't forget to hit the bell button as well so you know when I am uploading. In the coming weeks, you will see a little bit of some changes in my diet. I'm trying to be a little bit lower carb for health reasons, not just for weight loss or anything like that, but mostly for health. So you will see a little bit of some changes, so stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, I thank you guys so much for watching. And until the next video, I will see you soon. Bye, guys.